Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be discussing the prediction dates for Throne of Thunder and Phase 3 launch. I know Phase 2 just came out with Landfall. However, there isn't that much to do. You know, you get your legendary quests done, you go and do the reps and dailies, but as far as content, other than those things in the Brawlers Guild, it isn't like a major patch with tons of things for people to do. So I wanted to just hypothesize and take my best guess at when we will see Throne of Thunder, what to look forward to, and why I think these dates make the most sense. So, historically speaking, Blizzard likes to do things on an 8 to 12 week cycle that we have seen thus far. So this goes back to classic World of Warcraft. Not as far as 2019 Wrath, it got a bit weird, but since Seasons came out, and with Season of Discovery, it was 8 to 12 weeks for most phases. Phase 2 being the shortest at 8 weeks, 12 weeks was the length of a lot of the in-game phases. Phase 3 obviously went long, I think it was 16 weeks or something ridiculous like that. But, you know, they really cooked, and they gave us one of the best ones yet. So that is sort of the cadence and schedule. And then with Anniversary, even on a 1-year cycle, they've kind of doubled those and made them about 16 to 18 weeks right now. We'll see with TBC and Axe ending where we're headed, but that's just sort of the evidence and backstory for this. Now, generally, I'm usually within 1 to 2 weeks of exact dates, but for this one, I'm going to do my very best. So, Mists of Pandaria came out at 6 p.m. on Monday, July 21st. Then, bam, we went to Tuesday, and that is a reset day. So we go here, and then it took us 9 weeks, as you can see right here, counting them all, to get to September 23rd with Landfall. Now, along Phase 1 of MoP is very, very weird, because along those 9 weeks, we got MSV released, and then 2 weeks later, we got Heart of Fear released, and then 2 weeks later, we got Terrace of the Endless Spring released, and it just kept going and going and going into a weird sort of cadence and release schedule for these raids. So that is why I kind of ended up with the 9-week mark with that. Then, so this is where it becomes, what is the MoP cadence going to look like? Because honestly, Phase 1 went really fast because it was like, bang, raid, bang, Celestial loot, bang, raid, bang, Celestial loot, and it just never ending went in that cycle. And honestly, I had a lot of fun going into that and playing that. It just, you know, it felt like we were always doing something in that rush. So now we're kind of in the lull period, right? Like, I'm actually done with Landfall on both my characters because I did the legendary quest, got all the stuff. The rep has no tangible rewards for me. I gathered them all on retail back in the day, so I don't really feel the need to do it again personally. But so if we go 8 weeks from Landfall dropping on September 23rd, that brings us to Tuesday, November 18th. Obviously, I've said this before, but that is my birthday. I'll be turning 30th. If you haven't checked out the stream, I am doing a challenge right now. If we get 1,000 total subs by then, I will be shaving my head live on that stream day. So I really, really hope that I'm right with this and it is 8 weeks. But you never know. But this would be 8 weeks. It does fit pretty nicely, and this would be like the patch day where we would go to Isle of Thunder, we would see the new stuff, and it would be really cool. And then the 20th would be when Throne of Thunder, the raid, gets released. Now, the only thing that throws a wrench in this plan, and why I definitely think it is not going to be 9 weeks, is because the 25th, that Tuesday, and the 27th is Thanksgiving here in North America. So, like, they would never release a raid on Thanksgiving because that would just be silly. I don't think they ever have, and I really genuinely hope they never do that. So, I think Thanksgiving is completely off the table, although it would be the 9-week mark. Then we look into 10 weeks. That brings us December 2nd and December 4th for the launch, the Isle of Thunder and the raid launch, which is very viable. And then 9th and 11th is at 11th weeks, which would be really weird. They really do actually like their even numbers when they do these things, so that is what it is. But I'd imagine they would do 16th and the 18th if we truly are going long. But when we got to look at Throne of Thunder, there's a lot of, like, Throne of Thunder is probably revered as one of the best raids in all time for Blizzard. I actually never have done it when it was current. I have gone back and farmed the mounts and cosmetics and stuff. But Throne of Thunder is such a really massive raid. You kind of want to make sure a lot of people are home, a lot of people are available in, you know, a late November, midway through November release. Thanksgiving, obviously, there's a little travel, but that gives the entire month of December, and the only competition is Christmas. So Christmas also being 23rd, 25th, and if we go all the way to January, I think we're going to see a lot of burnout for Mists of Pandaria by then, because some people already don't even need MSV loot, right? So by then, people will be pretty burnt out and tired of doing MSV, Heart of Fear, ToS, pretty much have everything they need other than maybe a few heroic elites from protectors or just a few pieces or select pieces that they just simply do not have yet. So I really like the November 18th date. Obviously, absolutely zero bias here with that prediction. But if I was ever right, I think that this is the only one that I want to be right. Your birthday doesn't fall on a Tuesday, let alone a major patch potential for your favorite game. So, you know, Blizzard, if you're listening, please make it happen. But anyway, I Throne of Thunder, like I said, is one of the most exciting raids, and I am so excited to get in there and actually go there and do that and get after it, because I never got to as a kid. I was moving in to college back then, so I didn't really get a chance to truly experience it. And so I really would have loved to see, I can't wait for Throne of Thunder, and then Siege of Orgrimmar also on there for what is a truly good raid. But those are my dates. That is what I predict. Throne of Thunder also brings with it, I believe, 12 bosses. So there's 12 bosses in there, as well as you have the extra Raw Den at the very end. And in order to unlock Raw Den, you actually have to kill every single one of them full cleared on heroic to get Raw Den, which is one of the unnerfed. I believe it is one of the hardest fights in the game. Like, people truly respect that fight and talk about it being so challenging and difficult. But, you know, he's 100% drops Thunderforged, heroic Thunderforged pieces, so that's pretty cool, which I really genuinely hope they get rid of the Thunderforged system. But yeah, I know it's a little early to be talking about Phase 3, but like I said, there isn't much to really talk about with Landfall. And Throne of Thunder is such a fantastic raid that I truly can't wait to get in there, see it, and get after it. And maybe, just maybe, me and my saviors will be able to defeat Raw Den. That'd be freaking awesome. Even if it takes us till the day before Siege of Orgrimmar comes out, it would be really cool and a goal that I would love to meet. But anyway, guys, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the dates and where you think we're headed and why you think these dates are correct or not. But until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.